the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway in Foxborough. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
On one, ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 MT.
From the 25 on second down, Burrow. That one complete to Myles Gaskin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's get set.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 44, Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Here's Chandler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They go play action with Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball to the hands of the quarterback very quickly. This is certainly a team that has proven it wants to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-0 right now.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Williams going to get it again on second down. 7 yards there and a first down. The Patriots had 2 and 13 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On third down, Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. He targets England for another grab. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Broncos 10, Patriots nothing.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now this is fielded in the end zone, and he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Slot man moves right. Now Chandler. They find some open field here. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing again here, Wilson. On the screen, this is Eckler. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Here we go.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it with Chandler, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
12. 11.
Beckham goes in motion left.
11, Thomas. Gotta go.
On third down, Burrow. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will have a Broncos first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Here we go.
They'll send Beckham in motion right.
11. 11 mighty.
Now Burrow on first down. It's caught. Beckham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Broncos. Odell Beckham, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Queen, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action. It's Wilson. Out quickly to Judy. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, it's Chandler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Chandler. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's going to get this complete to Gaskin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams.
You ain't going nowhere.
And a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Patriots. Lawrence Cager, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get a bit closer. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
11 empty paint. 11 empty paint.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow on the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chandler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. It's caught by OBJ. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Patriots are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And now here is another interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. Mark him at the 5.
First and goal and third.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
11.
Up the middle they go. It's Chandler. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
11.
Here's Burrow being chased out left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Third and goal. Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
23-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you.
And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where...
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Curtis Samuel, 30 yards. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming. And they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. First down. Here's Burrow. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead is certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Chandler will score. Touchdown, Broncos. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
We're facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Adafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now a give, right side. Chandler. And some space here. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow flushed out right. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
The Patriots take over first and 10. Their own 29-yard line.
And they take a knee.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination.